श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम् ॐ मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्त कौमुदीयं विरच्यते अ इ उन् ऋल् ऋक् ए ओङ् ऐ औच् हयवरट् ळण् ञमङणनं झफै घ ढ धश् जवगडदश् खफ चटथ चटतौ कपै श ष सर् हल् इति माहेश्वराणि सूत्राणि. So yesterday we were seeing midachontiyat parah mid achah antyat parah antyat parah achaha is sixth case. So there acham madhye, like that we explained the meaning, the significance of sixth case. But wherever the sixth case is not clearly established, the meaning for the sixth case is not clearly established, like ikaha yana achi, iko yanachi, we say ikaha yano achi, yanaha achi. Now what does ikaha stand for, what does yan stand for, what does achi stand for? Ikaha yan achi. This is a very beautiful way of seeing things. Class, like I was explaining in Tamil, like we have this softwares. You say hey Google or hey Siri or something, it wakes up the computer or whatever the cell phone, it wakes up and it listens to you. You can do conversation also with it nowadays. It's a beautiful way. So behind the scene, behind that, the software which is developed, that is master class. So here we see such a master class development. This software of Panini is a master class software. See, everywhere, instead of saying in the place of ach, in the place of this, in the place of that, he just declares wherever I am saying things in sixth case, achaha, ikaha, pachaha, whatever. In the place of whatever I have declared in sixth case, it should be understood as the place of change, the place of replacement, whatever. So, and it is not just that he has used only very few declensions. First case, which normally is a adesha, replacement. Third case, very sparsely uses third case, does not really matter now for us. Sixth case or fifth case says following which. Sixth case says in this place. Seventh case says before that. So these are all beautifully declared before entering the program. So what is the meaning of sixth case in Panini's Sutra? What is the message he is giving us through sixth case? So for understanding that, he is introducing the next sutra, ShastiSthaneyoga. 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 2 padas, not 3 padas. ShastiSthaneyoga. Shashti is Prathama Ekavachana and Sthane Yoga is also Prathama Ekavachana. And in Adilagu or in Lagu Siddhanta Kaumudi, if you had listened to that, I have very clearly set a simple rule that wherever the sutra padas, the padas in the sutra are in first case, all of them are in first case, then close your eyes and understand it to be Sanya Sutra, right? This is an exception. In this sutra, though the sutra padas are in first case, all of them are in first case, but still this is not Sanya Sutra, this is Paribhasha Sutra. ShastiSthaneyoga. What does this sutra mean? Explaining, the Nivritti says, अनिर्धारित संबंध विशेषाः षष्ठी स्थाने योगा बोध्य. अनिर्धारित संबंध विशेषाः षष्ठी. Wherever the sambandha vishesha, the vishesha special. Sambandha means relationship, association. Anirdharita means non-declared. Wherever the special kind of relationship is not declared, it is not clearly established. Anirdharita not clearly established also. Wherever it is not clearly declared or clearly established, in those places, ShastiSthaneyoga bodhya. The Shasti should be understood in the meaning of Sthaneyoga. What is Sthaneyoga? I am not translating Sthaneyoga here because this is what we are going to understand through the whole of the sutra. Shasti is generally used in relationship. Sheshe Shasti. Shasti Shesha. That is the sutra we saw, in which we removed it from the Karaka list. Since it is Sambandha, it has nothing to do with the Karakas. Different kinds of relationship with the karmas, subject, object, etc. Sixth case is not in that group, Karaka group. Now, in this sixth case can be used in multiple different associations. Like Swaswami Sambandha. Swami Sambandha. Swa means my wealth, Swamajnati Dhanakhyayam, etc. My wealth, etc. My relationship, my wealth, etc. And me. The relationship between my wealth, etc. and me is a Swaswami Sambandha. Like Rama's pen, you say. When you say Rama's pen, Rama's sixth case. Ramasya Lekhani. Now, this can also be Avayava Avayavi Sambandha. Part, whole. Limb, whole. My arm. My, when I refer to me, I refer to my as the whole body sense complex and the part of my whole body, my arm. That is Avayava Avayavi Sambandha. You can also have Sthana Sambandha. You can also have some. He belongs to Chennai. Chennai's Raja. We are referring to Chennai's Raja, not Delhi's Raja. Something like that. Okay, that is Sthana. Or it can also be Karana Karya Sambandha, cause-effect relationship. Like that, there are many Sambandhas. Sixth case can be used in many Sambandhas. In all these, whichever I said, the Sambandha and Sambandh, the whatever is related, Sambandha, Sambandhi, they are both different. They are not same. What is this relationship between two things? It is naturally established. Why you have to say they are different? Yes, there is a reason. The reason is normally there is bheda in the relationship. Now, in Vedanta, etc., in Vedanta specifically, we say abhede shashti. Sixth case used in the sense of identity. Like Vishnoho paramam padam, tat Vishnoho paramam padam. That is Vishnu's ultimate abode. Paramam padam, absolute abode or ultimate abode, supreme abode. Now, Vishnu's supreme abode, we say, when we say Vishnu's supreme abode, normally people take it as Vaikuntha, but that is duality. But when we talk about Advaita Vedanta, Vedanta is Advaita. So when we talk about Advaita, in Advaita, Vishnu means Vishulru Vyapto, that which is all pervading the Brahman, the self. That self is the supreme abode. It's not self's supreme abode. Self itself is supreme abode. In that meaning, we say. But what is the reason for understanding like that? Do you have an example to establish this kind of meaning? If you ask, we do have. There is a mythological usage, the Puranic usage, where they say Rahu's head. Rahoho Shiraha, Rahu's head. Not Rahul's head, Rahu's head. Rahul's head is duality. Rahul and his head. But here, there are two characters called Rahu and Ketu. This demon who sat in between sun and moon tried to partake this nectar which Vishnu was distributing in the form of a beautiful damsel, and she was cheating the demons and giving the nectar to only the deities. So when Rahu, this fellow understood, this one of the demon understood that he sat between sun and moon and tried to partake this nectar. When Vishnu gave the nectar to this fellow in the Mohini Avatara, he gave the nectar. This fellow took the nectar. He swallowed it. At that point of time, these sun and moon immediately referred to this fellow as a black sheep. So Vishnu cut his head. But he had already partaken the nectar, therefore he becomes eternal. So his head is cut because Vishnu used his disc. Now the head portion without the body portion is called as Rahu, and the below the neck portion without the head is called as Ketu. So the head portion is called as Rahu. So when we say Rahu's head, it is not Rahu and head, it is Rahu itself is head. Okay, so that is Abhede Shakti. Now, ShastiSthaneyoga. We'll see the Tika. Sthanam prasanga iti vakshyati. Sthana means prasanga. There are different kinds of interpretation for the meaning sthana. But here sthana means place, etc. But here sthana, when we say it is prasanga. What does prasanga mean? Prasanga means generally current topic. Prasanga also can mean a lecture delivered. He is doing the prasanga, meaning he is giving a lecture, he is delivering a lecture. So, in these two meanings, we are not understanding the prasanga here. Prasanga can mean the current topic. Prasanga also can mean a lecture being delivered. But here, prasanga is not that. This is a special meaning. Why I am explaining the other two meanings? So that because we are learning Sanskrit Vyakarana. Vyakarana without Bhasha Jnana is useless. You are not going to apply it anywhere without the knowledge of the language. So, in what and all places this prasanga, in whichever meaning it is done, that also needs to be understood for our vocabulary. Okay, Bhasha means vocabulary. So, here, prasanga. What does prasanga mean? In different places, they explain it in different ways. I'll simply put things. There are three ways sthana can be understood. Sthana can be understood in three ways. One is apakarsha. The second is nivritti. The third is prasanga. Apakarsha. Apakarsha means destruction. Nivritti means removal. And apakarsha means removal, nivritti means destruction, and prasanga. I'll explain it. In this place, whatever is there, throw that out and replace it with this. This is apakarsha. Okay. On my hand, I have this pen. So, throw this pen and replace it with something else. That is apakarsha. Now, Nivritti is on my hand I have pen, keep whatever is that, destroy this in that very place, keep this. That is Nivritti. The third Prasanga is beautiful. Prasanga will look like a Nivritti or Apakarsha, but it is not. It is entirely different. In Apakarsha, we said we have to throw whatever exists and we have to replace it with this. In Prasanga, we don't have any such idea of replacing anything with anything else. We just want to keep it that way, but in the final moment, something happened, we have to replace it with something else. There is a usage in Tamil, பொண்ணு வைக்கிற இடத்துல பூ வைக்கிறது, meaning in the place where we have to present gold, like you are gifting in a marriage, etc., you have to gift some gold. Now the situation demands to gift gold, but I don't have the ability to gift gold at this point of time, so I am replacing it with a flower. In that same place, instead of gold, I am using flower. Like we say, Akshata, Pushpartham Akshatam Samarpayami. This fellow will do everything with Akshata, because he does not have that Yajñopavita, etc., whatever he needs to use for puja. Okay, that is Prasanga. Your genuine interest is to keep that, but you will not be able to, you are not able to, therefore you replace it with something else. That is a Prasanga. Now, Tasmin Vachakataya Yogo Yasyaha Sa Sthane Yoga. In that place, whatever comes as a Vachaka, as the Shabda, that is Sthane Yoga. Nipatanat Saptamyaha Aluk. Because of Nipata, Sthane remains Sthane and it doesn't become a Sthana. Don't understand? Forget it. We'll come to that later. Next. Sthanena yogo yasya iti va vigraha. The other possible expansion for the Sthane Yoga word is Sthanena yogaha iti Sthane Yoga. Okay. First is Sthane Yoga. Second is Sthanena Yoga. Okay. Now, Nipatanat etum. Nipatanat etum. The A comes because of the Nipata. Earlier also he said Nipatat aluk. Here he says Nipatanat etum. Now we understand. We are left with no choice. We have to understand this. There are two words, Sthane or Sthanena, plus the other word is yoga or yoga. So when we have to join two words, not the word endings or something else, two words, we use samasa, compound. When we compound these two words, what happens? First, what we have to do is we have to you have to sup look. You have to drop the sup. So sthane becomes sthana. The base word it will become. It will return to become base word. Sthane plus yoga. Sthane yoga. Sthana plus yoga. Sthana yoga. Whether it is a Trutiyanta, Saptamyanta, this will be the form. Sthana yoga. But Sthane yoga is the word. And Saptami is a Sthane. So, because you are accepting as Nipata, we don't drop the A. Sthane yoga. We keep it as Sthane, Sthane, and yoga we add. We compound it with yoga. This is Sthane yoga. In Sthanena yoga, what we do is Sthanena. We drop the Sthanena, we replace it with Sthana because supuluk. So now Sthana plus yoga, Sthana yoga it should be, but making that Thana word as nipata, we are adding a. Possible. So it becomes earlier by making it nipata, we left the saptami without dropping the saptami. Super. Here we are adding a to the sthana tritiya base word. That is the difference. Ikonichityalo shashti sthana sambandha archika ityartha. The example is in Iko energy, etc. The Sashti Ikaha is to refer to the sthana, the place. Loke Tavad Ekashatam Sashtyartha. In world, there are, I just refer to some. There are Ekashatam, 100. Ekashatam, it's not Ekashatam. 100 different meanings for Sashti. Now, Arthaha, Yonaha, Maukaha, Yovascha, these are different meanings which it will be understood. Shabdasya Shabdena Traya Eva Sambandha. But whatever be the Sambandha, here with the word, another word can have only three kinds of relationship. Anantarya, Samipya and Prasanga. That is what he says. Anantaryam, Samipyam, Prasangascheti. Earlier we said a different way. Here he is taking it in different way. Doesn't really matter. Tatra Anyatama Artha Nirdharanartham idam sutramiti bhashyam. So, in what meaning should we accept? Should we accept in Anantarya meaning or in Samipya meaning or in Prasanga meaning? To establish this, we enter this sutra. That is what the Bhashya says. शब्देन को अन्यो अभिसंबंधो भवितुमर्हति इति तत्र शब्दस्य शब्देन अनन्तरादयो अभिसंबन्धाः. So he is bringing that. So that is what this sutra is all for. We are trying to understand a relationship for one word with the other word. In what meaning? And that meaning is can be in three possibilities. Anantarya, following which a later thing. Samipya, that which is closer, or Prasanga. Now, iti tasmin pravitirtam sutram sya. विवरण वाक्ये तु अस्मिन् इकः इति षष्ठी नियमार् निरूपकतायाम् इति न पुनरुक्ति शक्यः. So in Vivarana, we said Asmin Ikah. In the Vivarana Vakya, to Asmin Ikah, this Ik in this place, Sashti is Nirupakatayam, is to establish something in this meaning. So therefore, there is no repetition. That's a defect. There is no repetition defect. Yatha Devadattasya Avayavaha Paniriti. Like Devadatta's limb is hand, his hand. His hand is a limb of Devadatta. So, Udupadayaha Goha. So, there this Sambandha is very clear. But and sixth case is very clearly understood. Udupadayaha Goha Ityatratu Goha iti Sashti na Sthanarthika. Udupadayaha Goha. In this Goha is sixth case, but this sixth case is not in the sense of Sthana. Then what? Upadha Pada Samabhivyaharena Avayava Sashtiti Nirdharanat. Sashtitva Nirdharanat. We are referring to Avayava Sashti here because Upadha Samabhivyaharena Samipyena. Because of Upadha closeness, we understand it as Avayava Sashti. Okay? Now, Paribhashayam cha aniyamo niyamartham yeveti pravrittehe. We have already seen this statement. What is the utility of a paribhasha? Paribhasha is to clearly understand whatever is not clarified, to establish the correct meaning where there is no rule. Okay, the rule is not clear. So to establish a rule where there is no rule or the rule is not clear. Tadetataha. This is what is said. Aridhate ityadina. Anirdharita sambandha vishesha yasya iti vigraha. Anirdharita, where the sambandha vishesha is not nirdharita, is not specified, it is not clear. That is the understanding here. Vigraha. Tat evam udahrita prakrita bhashya ritya इकोनचित्यादौ षष्ठी स्थान रूप संबंध विशेषार्थिका इति स्थितम. So in the current bhashya, ikonachi, in this current in the sutra, the ikaha is a in the sense of a sthana rupa sambandha vishesharthaka, to specify a special meaning, to convey a special meaning of a sthana. That is the idea. Matup Sutra Bhashya, in the Matrup. So, in the Matup Sutra Bhashya, in the Matup Sutra, the Bhashya of Matup, in this Matup Bhashya tu, Anantaradayo na Sashtyartha iti stham. This Anantara etc. cannot be the meaning of Sashti. It is very clearly established in the Matup Bhashya, Matup Sutra Bhashya. Evam sti sthane iti saptamyantara padena yogo yasya iti sigrahe sthane iti saptamyantara anukaranam. So sthane, with this seventh case word yoga, when we add yoga yasya iti bahuvrihi samasa, when we do, then what we understand is a saptamyanta anukaranam. Saptamyanta still follows even after the compound. Sashti Shrutau Sthane iti saptamyantam padam upatishtata iti phalate. Meaning, wherever we hear the Shashti Shruta means wherever we hear this, wherever the usage of Shashti is done, there the meaning is this saptamyanta pada comes into existence. It represents itself there. That's the meaning. Sthanena sthana padarthena yoga yasya iti trutiyanta vigraha. When we take it as third case, sthanena yoga, sthane yoga, then adhyahrita sthana padartha nirupita sambandharthika iti. We have to infer adhyartha, we have to carry forward and infer a sthana meaning. Seventh case, sthana meaning directly comes. Sixth case, third case, the sthana meaning should be inferred there. Aso aster bhur bhavati iti sandeha sthane anantare samipe iti ityadi Prakata Sutra Bhashyasya. In the Prakata Sutra Bhashya, aster bhuhu bhavati iti sandeha sthane anantare samipe. There the doubt is sthana or anantara or samipa. Which meaning? Ityadi Prakata Sutra Bhashyananto. Aster anantaram. Anantara iti adhyartha. After the asti, in this way, there is a adhyahrita. Adhyahrita means you are inferring and carrying forward this meaning there. Anantarartha, not sthanartha or samipyartha. Iti nirupita sambandho shashti ityartha. That there, sixth case refers to the anantarartha. Anantaradinam shashtyarthattam tu nastyeviti praudamanoramayam halantyamiti sutre. In Halantya Sutra, in Praudamanorama, it is very clear, Praudamanorama etc. text, it is very clear that a sixth case can never be in the sense of Anantara, following. It is not just Praudamanorama. Anantaradinam sashtyarthatvam nastyeviti praudamanorayam sastamiti halantyamiti Sutra is said. Tad vyakhyanecha, in the Praudamanorama vyakhya, Shabdaratne Shabdendu Shekarecha Bahuda Prapanchitam. It is very clearly established in the commentary for that, in Shabdaratna and Shabdendu Shekara, that in Halantya Sutra, that this is not possible. Sixth case It can never be in the seventh case. In the sense of sixth case, can never be in the sense of anantara, following. Anirdharita kim. Now that let that be. We are not going to get into it. Why do you say anirdharita? It is not specified. It is not clearly established. Why do you say that? Udupadayah ityatra. Udupadayah goha, that sutra we saw. In that goha iti sashtya sthanarthakatvam mabhut. Goha should not be sthanartha in the sense of because it is said in sixth case. What will happen if you accept it as sthana? He says satitu tatrapi sthanarthakatve. If you are going to accept this sthana meaning even there, then what happens? Goha antyasya upada matrasya cha utsya. Goha antya halantyam. So whatever alontyasya, only in the final al you are going to bring in. So in the goha, the antya of goha, whatever upada exists there, ut will take place for that upada. This will be the meaning, which is not desired meaning. Nano saptamyamta shabdah adharavachi loke prasiddha. But wait. I will give you a sense here. The opponent says sthana. What does sthana mean? Place. Places. Seventh case. Saptamyastral. And saptami in which sense? Adharo adhikaranam. Adhikaranarthe saptami. Adhararthe saptami. A place. That is how we understand saptami in the world, in, on, etc. So, bhutale ghato nasti on the, in the, etc. we say. So he says that is how it is famous. Seventh case is famous for. Sthana means seventh case. And seventh case means adhara. Sthana means adhara, basically. Yatha Shivasthanam Kailasaha Vishnusthanam Vaikuntha ityado. How do you know this? Because it is said Shivasthanam. What is Shiva's place? Shiva's abode? Kailasa. And what is Vishnu's abode? Vaikuntha. There is no issue with Vishnu's abode. Vishnu's place is Vaikuntha, everyone knows. But what is Shiva's place? Shiva's place is Kailash. What is that? Kailash. Read it properly. It is not Kailash, it is Kailas. We are making a mistake by pronouncing it as Kailash. Kailash Yatra, etc. is a stupid way of saying it is Kailas. Why? There is an anecdote. In Rishikesh, there is an ashram called Kailas Ashram. What is the ashram? Kailas Ashram. And we have the samskara of pronouncing Kailas Ashram as Kailash Ashram. So once the Dashmapitadishwara, Vidyanandagiri, in front of him, someone said, in Kailash Ashrama, in our Kailash Ashrama, he said, Kailash. Immediately, he had a great sense of humor. Immediately he said, लाश को क्यों यहाँ डोके आते हो? Why are you carrying this lash here? Lash in Hindi means a dead body. So why are you bringing the dead body here? It is not Kailash, it is Kailas. Lash means dead body. Las, not lash. So Shivasthanam, what is the abode of Shiva? Kailasa. Okay. Now, ityado. Evancha iko yanachi ityado sasthya sthanarthikatve prakrityarthasya tatra nirupakatvena abhedena va anvaye sati. Now, if the iko energy etc. in this place, the ikaha sixth case is understood in the sense of sthana, place. Then what happens? Nirupakatvena abhedena va anvaye. You are syntactic connecting it in the sense of nirupaka. It is established. Sixth case is established as a sthana, place. Then what happens? Iko adhikarane yan syaditi. In ik adhikarana, in the place of ik, yan is there. So what? That is the meaning, right? He says ik adhikarana ko yan syaditi va artha hai. But that is also the same meaning. But what happens? Tataha iko nivrittirna syadityataha. The ik will not be replaced if you say ik adhikarana. Let me say again. I will give you an example. I have a pen in my hand. Okay. On the hand there is pen. The adhikarana hand pen exists. So I decide to have a pen on the hand. Adhikarana. Hand adhikarane pen asti. I want to keep this pen in the same adhikarana. Same adhikarana. Where is the pen? Pen is in this hand. Pen is in hand. Where is the other pen which I brought in? That is also in the hand. So I am not removing this pen and keeping the other pen there. Because in the adhikarana, there may be place for one or more things. Therefore, seventh case, adhikaranartha is not plausible. So he says, sthanam cha prasanga iti. That is why he had to say sthana means prasanga. Sthanam cha prasanga in the tika. Sthanam cha prasanga. Kvachit abhichara ishtam. There is some abhichara yagas in the Shastra. Abhichara yaga. Abhichara yaga is a fire oblation prescribed by the Shastra. Just because it is prescribed by the Shastra, one should not perform this. Then why is it prescribed in the Shastra? For there are people, because it's kind of black magic. There are people who are ready to lose their one eye for the enemy's two eyes. They are ready to incur a great amount of sin. Even if I'm going to incur sin, my enemy should die. This is what Indrajit, Ravana's brother Indrajit, did. He was trying to do this Abhichara Yaga. Abhichara Yaga, you do it and it doesn't go and kill. That Yaga, in the Shena Yaga, like the Shena Yaga, he uses a big pit and he does this Abhichara Prayoga. From the pit arises a beautiful chariot. In that chariot, if you sit, no one can defeat you or kill you. You can defeat the whole world. That is why Indrajit wanted to perform that Abhichara Yaga, knowing that this will be death knell. Hanumanji disturbed him and made him lose focus during performance of that yaga. Okay. In this Abhichara Yaga, there is a usage. Darbhanam sthane sharaihi prastaritavyam. Darbhanam sthane. Normally you use darbha. Darbha is kusha grass, a grass, dry grass. We use asana, we make asana, etc., seat, etc., in that bed, seat, or mat, etc., with that. It is accepted to be pavitra, pure. Now, if you are going to sit on a, sometimes we do sit on ground, or when we do sit on a cloth, etc. While performing the fire oblation, they will give 2 pieces of that darbha grass and say, put it underneath, like asana. The significance for that 2 grasses. It replaces the asana. That becomes the proper asana. Anyway, that is a different issue. So this darbha should be spread up, and on that darbha you keep things. Wherever, whatever you want to keep a vessel, you put 2 grass and place your vessel on top of it. The yaga vessel, yaga patra, etc. Now in this Abhichara Prayoga, it is said, in the place of darbha, use shara. Shara means arrows. So remove this darbha, put arrows, spread arrows instead of darbha. That is what is said there. So he says ityatra, in this place. Sthana shabdasya prasange darshanaditi bhava. Sthana means prasanga. You have to replace this with that. Though normally kusha is what is used, darba is what is used. In this place, you don't use, for the abhichara yoga, you don't use darba, you use arrows. That is the idea there. Evam cha tatra yatha झरैहि दर्भा निवर्तन्ते तद्वत इको एनचि इत्यादौ अपि इत्यादौ अपि यनादिभिः इगादयो निवर्तन्ते. Like the arrows replace this darbha in the abhichara yaga, similarly the yen etc replace the ig etc. Ig etc are replaced by yen etc. That's the idea here. Nivartante. तत्र च यः प्रसंगो निवर्तते स स्थानीति व्यवह्रियते. यो निवर्तयति स आदेशः इति. So whatever is getting replaced, that is called as sthani. That is the technical term we use, sthani. Whatever is coming as a replacement, that is referred to as adesha, technical term. The replacing area is called as sthani, and replacement is called as a adesha. Sthanentra, the next sutra, Sthanentra we will see. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.